This is what happens when you don't practice celibacy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Helene Honey. If it's your first time here, welcome. So I want to share with you guys my thoughts on sex after almost 4 years celibate. Celibate. You guys, it's crazy. You might think that it's really hard to be celibate. Oh my gosh, sex, I need it. It's part of my identity. I don't know. Physically, we have desires and things like that. But the crazy thing is that the longer you're celibate, the easier it becomes. And I truly recommend it for women. Like, if you're not in a committed relationship, if you're single, definitely like practice celibacy. A mistake I made in my past was like thinking that sex was part of dating, and it's not. It's because the culture is so corrupted, right? Like, the culture will tell you that like the music is super harsh and crazy. It has us forgetting who we are. It has us forgetting how sacred we are, and that the divine is living through all of us. To have a healthier world, we have to have a healthier relationship with ourselves first. Remember your worth, remember your value. And all these things I've been learning like on my celibacy journey. So it's like this break from sex and from relationships has helped me to connect with the divine and connect with my true self, my inner self. And I'm such a huge fan of love. I'm such a lover girl in my heart, sensitive soul, divine, feminine. But again, like, the celibacy journey has helped me so much to reconnect with that and to remember who I was. When you're just in the world, just going, like, you can just get caught up in the wrong situations. And we're so sensitive as women. Please don't fool yourself to think that you can be having sex with a guy and it's just sex. For a man or a woman, it's never just that. It's spiritual, it's emotional, it's mental. It's not just a physical connection. Now, if you're in a deep, committed relationship, then by all means, sex is so powerful. Like, what are my thoughts on sex? It's very powerful. So again, like, if you're not in that situation, then don't have sex, because you're going to create a spiritual tie, a soul tie, or just go through a lot, like, think about this. Married people have sex. People who are, and it creates a whole child or family, right? It's the closest way you can be connected to someone else physically. So to think it's casual is ridiculous. To think that it would not impact you, like, so the world will teach you to harden your heart. And that's what happened to me. Like, until I became celibate, I was able to reconnect and tap into the truth, which is like, sex is not something to play with. It's not a joke. It's, it's love making. And the way that the world paints it is like, oh, like, it's not a big deal, and even calls it dirty, trashy. And a lot of it's because of the music, the influences, cheapening women, making them just an object, just their body, playing men into their desires, like twisting, distorting the truth, taking something that's beautiful and sacred and loving and tender and turning it into something vulgar and provocative, and like, it's meaningless. When men also feel when they have sex, like, not just physically but in the heart. And if your heart feels closed off when you're having sex, that's how you know, like, you're not in the right situation. So what are my thoughts on sex after 4 years celibate? It's powerful. It's nothing to play with. It should be reserved for real love and a way to build intimacy on a connection that's already there. That's why I'll link my video down below, how to fall in love without having sex. And something really beautiful that the universe has done for me on this journey as a woman is not just discover myself, but have the opportunity to connect with a man in a much healthier way, a playful way, a friendship way first. Building a connection that's more than just sex. Like, there's been no sex. Maybe there will be sex in the future, right? But it's not like, love is not just sex. Love is also connection. What is their mind about? What is their heart about? Like, do you guys get along? Are you guys compatible? What are your values, right? All the deeper things. But the problem in the world is that most people are like, oh, if they find someone attractive, they're just having sex with them. And then later on, seeing if it works. Okay, well, that's backwards, because what if you make a baby? You can just get hurt. And now it's like you're sharing the most sacred parts of your body with someone who doesn't deserve it. They don't. But you have to know that first. And so what does celibacy do for you? It just grants you space and time for a break to be like, okay, what's important to me? Who am I? What do I need from a partner? What's the type of person that I want to connect with? Who is worthy of me? What can I offer them? And working on yourself, getting your life the way you want it to be, like your financial situation, just your life. Like, you can have any type of life that you want, any kind of life. Like, do you want to be a nomad? Do you want to move to Hawaii? Do you want to live in Canada? Do you want to buy a farm? Do you want to go off grid? Do you want to travel? Do you want to open a bakery in London? Like, what do you want to do? Because you can literally do anything, because this is your life. You just have to set your intention and be true to your heart, and the universe is gonna make it happen if you stay diligent on your path and you do what it takes. Like, you take the actions, you can have that life. But like, how are you gonna really be in tune with yourself if you're energetically connected to like different people who are not really loving you? And that's the thing, men or women, like, they need to really love you, because this is what you deserve. It's not that you have to do it. No, you don't have to, but it's what you deserve. You're worthy of real love. And that's something that I've come to remember on my own path. You know, and like, I've been in relationships in my past where, yeah, I felt love, but it wasn't really the right person for me. Maybe it was at the time, because I had to learn some things. Like, I'm at a place in my life where I might reserve myself until marriage, just because sex is sacred and it's valuable, and, you know, just see it differently now. How do I see sex now? How do I view it after being celibate for almost 4 years? Well, your sexual energy is incredibly powerful. So I feel way more sensual, way more connected to my body. I'm very aware of my body. Like, as a woman, I know that every 7 days is different. Being more sensitive energetically, feeling people's energy, being more in tune with my own self, like, how do I feel and touch my desires. So knowing like, okay, oh, I'm feeling real sexual, like right after your period, that next day, it's like you're set, ready to go, right? Like, you're feeling extremely sexual, and it's a potent time. But now here's the thing, 4 years celibate, almost 4 years celibate, I can use my sexual energy. It's not bad, it's not dirty, it's not wrong, it's natural. That's how you got on earth. That's right. Okay, I can use it as creative energy. It's coming from my sacral chakra to manifest with intention, to send loving vibrations, to use it for my work, my creations, you know. And so your sexual energy is your creative energy. It's powerful, and you can use it with intention. That's what I think about sex. It's so creative and powerful that it creates a whole nother human. That's right. So are you giving it to your man, or are you using it for your creations? But either way, it's going to produce. It's going to create. So this is what I think of sexual energy now. I've tapped into my creative gifts. They've heightened, and I've just done the things I always wanted to do. Why didn't I do them before? I was too busy, wrapped up in relationships that weren't even healthy. I didn't even know what I needed or wanted. Why? Because I wasn't practicing celibacy. So celibacy is a secret superpower. Now, once you're clear, now when you know what you want, now when you know your value, now when you have purified yourself, now when you're becoming more disciplined and more aware, just more conscious, more choosy, more deliberate, more intentional, more loving for yourself and for the world, then you're going to find your person. They're going to appear, boom, like a gift from God. Why? Because you've earned it in a sense, because you've been making healthier choices. You're in a healthier state of being. So now you can attract from that space because we're constantly attracting. If I think back to my 18-year-old self, I was not in a healthy space, okay? I hadn't done any healing. I was in the world. I was just listening to rap music and just, no. Smoking weed and whatever I was doing at 18, I don't know. I love that version of myself too because it got me where I needed to be. Like, I learned a lot of valuable things. However, I was attracting from that state of being. So the beauty of celibacy is you cleanse yourself and you have a better sense of self from a more deliberate place. Like, you're consciously creating who you are and you're releasing the things that were never you to begin with. So it's, yeah, you're changing, but it's like consciously, but then also you're just letting go of the things that you picked up, the bad habits, the bad thoughts, the negative beliefs from the world, the music telling you you're a piece of trash and dirty and bad, or the beliefs you had from childhood that you weren't enough or you weren't lovable, or just all of the ick, all of the bad stuff from the world. When you're celibate, you get a chance to release it because it's a healing process and it's a way to grow spiritually. This is what I think about celibacy and sex, like after being celibate for almost 4 years. And then when you're in a healthier space, okay, now, boom, here comes your divine counterpart. Here comes your soulmate. Here comes your twin flame. Here comes the person that God's like, okay, they match you. And it's the beauty of it because we want to have sex. We should be having. That's how we're going to replenish the earth. And it's beautiful and it's fun and it's love making. So I love sex, but it's just about who I would have sex with now. And all the other people who I wouldn't, right? So as a woman, respect yourself. And as a man, respect yourself. Devote yourself to you. Devote yourself to your spiritual path. Be exclusive. Love yourself. And then when the person of your dreams, you'll be able to see them like enter your life. It'll be so clear. You won't be confused. You'll be like, that's the one for me. Why? Because you know who you are and you know what you deserve. And when you look at them, you're like, this is my reflection. I love them. I love me. Now we're going to come together and make love. So this is what I think about sex after almost 4 years celibate. Draw me a comment down below. I'm sending you so much love and power and healing on your own journey. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video.